Hi, Internet Universe. On this, our third installment of Questions Answered, I'm going to answer your questions while I have a dog sitting in my lap. This is not my dog, but he is awfully adorable. His name is Rook. Anyway, so today's question comes from Cats and Sass, who sent a really nice message that ended with the question of, what do you do in the circus? So I run around Phoenix telling people that I'm a circus poet all the time. And, well, what this entails of is that I work with a fire troupe sometimes out of Phoenix. I mostly do, I stilt walk, I make balloon animals, I juggle clubs and balls, I juggle fireballs, and I can eat fire. And I can do all of those things on stilts. So that's the short answer to what I do in a circus. I don't really work in a circus as much as with a fire troupe, and mostly do things like corporate events and things for extra cash. I learned how, I totally fell in to being involved in circus stuff. Which is similar to how I ended up being a poet. I had no aspirations to be a poet or work with the circus growing up. Actually, the closest I ever got to wanting to be in the circus growing up was that I really, really wanted to be a magician when I was a kid. But yeah, so the circus things. I learned how to make balloon animals for my nephew's, I think it was his 4th or 5th birthday party. My sister really wanted to hire someone, and I found out it was really expensive, and she couldn't really afford it. So I told her that it can't be super hard to learn a couple of things. So I YouTube videoed how to make balloon animals, and then a friend of mine who does fire poi asked me if I'd be interested in maybe occasionally doing parties after she found out that I had been doing them. That I'd made balloon animals for a few people's parties in downtown Phoenix as presents to friends, or a friend of mine did a Halloween party around her birthday, and I had gone and went and made balloon animals for everyone down there, and that was always really fun. I actually think it's way more fun to make balloons for adults than children, especially if it's a drinking-based event, because people who are drinking love balloon animals. Especially if they can wear them. So if you're going to make someone a hat, or a set of wings that they can wear, or little balloon corsages and stuff. So she asked me if I could come and maybe talk to their fire troupe about doing that, because sometimes they'll get hired for multiple things and they'll need to outsource. So I went over to learn that and found out that their stilt walker had just quit, or they'd lost a few stilt walkers, and they were trying to train a couple people to do it, and they asked if I wanted to try it because they had everything out to try. And I was like, yes, who doesn't want to learn how to stilt walk? That's the best. So I learned how to stilt walk, which teaching someone to stilt walk, I guess, it kind of mostly consists of, let's strap a pair of stilts to you and just see how it goes, and I'll correct you as we see what happens. So that was really fun, and then I learned to get fire, and then I already knew how to juggle, just incidentally. It's a sort of random thing I know how to do. But learning how to juggle clubs has been difficult, and learning different juggling tricks has been difficult too. But the whole Circus Poet thing kind of came about because I wanted to start combining the stuff I was doing. So I have one poem, which is actually the most recent piece I got picked up by Button Poetry, Unbuttoning My Boy Shirt, was originally done. The juggling metaphor at the end is the culmination of this process. So it's a performance piece where I'm putting the balls down and up and down and up and doing periodic juggling stuff throughout the poem. So I've done it as a performance poem like that. Actually, I opened for Buddy Wakefield when he came to Phoenix, and I did that piece for that, which was awesome, one of the coolest things I think I've ever done. But I really want to tour with a whole circus set. So in January, I'm probably going to be going to the Pacific Northwest on tour with another friend of mine who's also in Phoenix. So I'm working on a whole 15-minute or so set, 15 to 20 minutes of just circus poetry things. So poems that incorporate stilt walking or juggling or fire eating or things like that. So yeah, maybe if you live in the Pacific Northwest, you will eventually see me do that. So that is the answer to what I do in the circus. I don't actually work with a circus. I work with a fire troupe, and I do a few circus skill set things. In the future, I really want to learn how to unicycle and breathe fire, which is a different thing. I don't know, pretty much any weird circus thing would be kind of cool to learn. So yeah, in the comment section, it'd be awesome if you tell me like what weird things you guys do, or what other strange skills you'd like to see incorporated into poems. I've seen some pretty crazy and awesome stuff, but I'd like to hear what everyone else is doing. So yeah, let me know what you guys do, what you'd like to see, or like what stuff you think would be the best to see uploaded if you are really interested in seeing some of like the performance work that I've been doing. Yeah, I think that's all. I'm gonna go play with the adorable dog that ran off to play because he's feeling rambunctious. And I will see you guys next week. Thank you for the question, and if you have more questions, please find me on Tumblr and go ahead and send me those. I also have a Facebook, and of course there's the YouTube channel. You can subscribe to it, and yeah, Tumblr is pretty good. It's where I post the most. So subscribe on YouTube, look for me on Tumblr. Also have a Facebook. I don't post as much on that. But yeah, I do post on Facebook when I have events. So if you're looking to see me perform live, I'll post when I'm performing in Phoenix, and also when I'm on tour, I'll be posting all those things. I'll probably also post on Tumblr, but Facebook is for a good spot for that. Alright, anyway, this has been a longer video than my previous videos. I hope it was fine that it was longer. Alright, just have a good day, internet world.